Welcome into Washington Wellness Park, where it is boys soccer time on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, where we, as always, are presented by Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Washington welcoming Fairfield for the second match between these two teams of the season. My name is Jack Knowlton. Excited to bring you through this one. The Demons looking to snap a 3-game losing streak after defeats to Fort Madison, Burlington, and Mount Pleasant. Fairfield trying to keep things going, get back into winning ways after they drew with Burlington and beat Keokuk, but lost in their most recent match to Ottumwa. These two teams played out a 3-1 win for the Trojans back in April. And the Demons looking for some revenge, looking for a much-needed SEC win there, 1-6-1 in conference play, currently sitting 5th. Fairfield up in 3rd. The Trojans 7-3-1 on the season and 5-2 with one draw in SEC play. Should be a very fun one for you, as both teams are just getting set to walk out for the starting lineup and the national anthem. A little more on each team, starting with the visitors. Fairfield, they've scored 38 goals on the season, a goal difference of +15. That doesn't yet include their loss to Ottumwa. Do a little bit of math there, but yeah, shut out by the Bulldogs after a win over the Chiefs just a couple of games ago. This is a Fairfield team that finished 8-6-2 in the SEC last year, so with a win tonight will match their total from last season. The Trojans won their first game, beat Centerville in the first round of the 2A Region 6 playoffs, then was defeated by Mount Pleasant. The Panthers went the furthest of any Southeast Conference team last year, reached a game away from state where they lost to Williamsburg. We saw MP here against Washington, who lost 4-0 to the Panthers in the second time playing them this season. We're on that second go-around of the SEC. I mentioned the standings. It is those Panthers that lead it at 8-0. Fort Madison is 2 games behind them at 6-2, and then it's Fairfield, who are right there at 5-2-1. So the Trojans can help themselves try to get back up into the standings. Fairfield lost 10 players from last season, a mix of upper and underclassmen not back from last year, most notably one of their star freshmen, Ian Richards, not on the team this season, but scored 13 goals and had 4 assists as a freshman for the Trojans. They lost Bin and Ming Truong, who combined for 9 goals and 15 assists a year ago. They've tried to replace them. Lane Stever was the top returning contributor. He's in the starting lineup and wears one of the captain's armbands for Fairfield. The junior forward will be at number 8. He's got 2 goals and 3 assists, but it's been Oliver Seamson who, leading into that Keokuk game, has scored 7 goals and has 2 assists already. Sophomore has blossomed in his second season and got 1 goal against Washington the last time these two teams matched up. That was back on April 20th. Like I mentioned, it ended in a 3-1 win for Fairfield. And Eric Ramundo scored the Demons' lone goal.
To Washington Wellness Park and to today's games between the Fairfield Trojans and your very own Washington Demons. The Iowa High School Athletic Association and Washington High School encourage positive sportsmanship and behavior at all times during our athletic events. Good sportsmanship starts with respect for yourself, your team, the opponent, and the decisions made by the officials. Please honor these athletes competing tonight by refraining from any negative comments. Together, we can set the standard for good sportsmanship. Please join me in welcoming our officials for tonight: Perry Hines, Brett Woodward, and Seth Francis. And now for our starting lineups. First, for the visitors, the Trojans of Fairfield. Number 1, Henry Swan. Number 2, Noah Patel. Number 4, Chaz Wanuka. Number 5, Casey Allen. Number 6, Fuji Aikar. Number 7, Jackson Kirka. Number 8, Lane Stever. Number 10, Cormac Van Pelt. Number 11, Rowan Kness. Number 12, Ben Strickland. and number 21, Oliver Simpson. The Trojans are coached by head coach Felisberto Gizmani. And now for the Demons. 00, Braden Tappan. Number 3, Edwin Cortez. Number 4, Johan Resendez. Number 5, Chavi Resendez. Number 9, Joseph Schreiber. Number 11, Santiago Ramirez. Number 16, Ben Kronlage. Number 17, Narek Raimundo. Number 18, Fletcher Brower. Number 19, Kevin Salas Gomez. And number 21, Braden Clow. The Demons are coached by head coach Sally Hart and assisted by Sarah Grunewalt and Alex Wadley. And at this time, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats as we pay honor to this great nation with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We do have a small concession stand as well with drinks and snacks. Also in the concession stand are game programs.
And we're just about to get underway at Washington Wellness Park. The Demons and Trojans doing battle. Washington looking for some revenge, trying to get back into the win column after a couple of losses, trying to get back in the goal scoring column as well. Didn't find the back of the net, in those games against Fort Madison, Burlington, and Mount Pleasant. The Trojans can continue what has been a strong season in what has been a very competitive Southeast Conference so far. We're at the starting lineups, a little bit more look at Fairfield. We touched on Oliver Simpson in the pregame show presented by the Ann C. Williams Agency of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Cormac Van Pelt is the other talented scorer. Him and Simpson just sophomores, a promising sign for the Trojans' future. Van Pelt, 9 goals, 7 assists. That included one versus Washington. The Demons only forced Trojans goalkeeper Henry Swan to make 1 save. Swan has been the only fixture in the back of the net for Fairfield this season, much like Braden Tappan for the majority of the Demons campaign, though we've seen a little bit of Jaden Schreiber, the freshman backup keeper, made that big save against Burlington. Came in for that injury that Tappan sustained in that game, and luckily Braden was able to get back and keep going. See how much the Demons need him today. We'll see how much Fairfield tests the Washington goalkeeper. So we're underway here between the Demons and Trojans. Washington, if you can believe it, in their home stretch of the season, just 2 games left after this one, looking to trigger some positive results before postseason play. As you see this back 3 that is looking to be tested by Lane Stever on that right-hand side. It's back 3, Joseph Schreiber, Fletcher Brower, Kevin Salas Gomez, and right now Johan Resendez sitting just in front of the two of them. He'll play that stopper role, central defensive midfielder, some might know it. Gonna be an anchor back there as well as a connector to go from defense to attack for the Demons. Right now it's the Trojans on the attack, an early cross into the box. Tappan is right there. Simpson was crashing at the far post. Nicely won by the freshman Fuji Aikar there, number 6 for Fairfield. Ball played forward towards Simpson, who's one-on-one with Kevin Salas Gomez and turns. Simpson looking for a shot, now dishes it off. And driving into the box is Cormac Van Pelt. Van Pelt has to retreat. Drops it back to one of the other captains, Rowan Kness. Quickly back forward. Good move by Fairfield. That pass blocked by Schreiber. Aikar again. It's out for a Demons throw. Washington team like Fairfield had double-digit returners from last season. These are two teams that are on the younger side when you look at the relative amount of upperclassmen versus sophomores and juniors and even some talented freshmen. The Demons' leading goal scorer this year is one of them. He's over there on the left side. It's Santi Ramirez. Where's number 11 for Washington? 6 goals and 2 assists so far this season. And it's the Trojans with a throw. Nicely won by Cortez. Now Narek Raimundo can get forward. Tried to play an early ball toward Braden Clow, had too much mustard on it. Clow has gone up front. More and more appearances as this season's gone on. It's his 3rd start of the year. Xavi Resendez rolls it for Raimundo. Raimundo couldn't quite gather it there near the touchline. Van Pelt got numbers ahead of him. Rolls it forward for Noah Patel. Patel trying to work against Schreiber, and Joseph Schreiber sees it out of play. It'll be a Fairfield throw, though. Chance to get some more numbers forward. Here he is on the ball. Patel rolls it into the box. Cross chipped in. Xavi Resendez had to get to it first. It's still not cleared for Washington. Able to turn it away, but Van Pelt, nice footwork. Van Pelt trying to roll it for a teammate. And battling forward and winning a goal kick for his side was Ramirez. Did well again there against Lane Stever. It's good footwork by Cormac Van Pelt to get it to him. But in the midst of bodies and defenders, not much space to get a shot off there for Stever. It's a couple of early threats forward for Fairfield. Couple throws. That one actually last touched off a Trojan per the assistant on the far side. Back to Washington. They go long, trying to get it to Raimundo. Takes a bounce off his head. Fairfield can recycle a little bit. Here's Patel. One back by Washington well. It was Schreiber with the tackle, and now Schreiber a little bit of space. Tried to cut it back, still with it, Schreiber. Plays a nice ball into the path of Kronlage, but Van Pelt was there to intercept. Cormick pokes it forward. Simpson now returns for Van Pelt. Patel again. Kronlage, a good challenge. Ben looks up and tries to play it toward Clow. It's cut off by Kness. Kevin Salas Gomez steers that one wide. Ben Strickland with the throw-in. Strickland, a sophomore as well. 1 goal and 2 assists this year for the midfielder. Van Pelt again. Rolled for Strickland. He can turn across. He can get around a charging Kronlage. And Ben Kronlage wins it back for Washington. Has to get it out, though. Salas Gomez hits it with the first touch and boots it clear, but it's Icar back on it. And Santiago Ramirez having to steer it out for a Trojans throw. Ramirez took a heavy touch off Cortez. Ramirez is back on it, though. Santi Ramirez tried to scamper past one and had it taken away. And Pelt out wide. And an Aruli hit toward goal. That was Jackson Kirka, junior midfielder. From that angle, you're never too sure if that was an attempt trying to bury it or tuck it in that far post or if it was an attempted cross, but goes out regardless for a tap-in goal kick. "119 saves coming into this game for Braden Tappan. Demons have let in some goals in the last few matches, but he has been nothing short of awesome in his first season back after he last played in 2024. And some outstanding saves in those Burlington and Mount Pleasant games that we saw here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. Fairfield breaks up that Washington attack, but have it back in defense after some friendly fire between Strickland and Van Pelt. Ball by the goalkeeper. Swan drifts out of play. Johan Resendez. Cortez able to turn. Cortez trying to roll it through for Narek Ramundo, who beats his man to the ball and goes early. Swan is there. It's going to be a difficult one for Narek Ramundo, but a good ball forward and a good chance created by the Demons. You have to like that if you're Sally Hart, for a player like Narek Ramundo to not hesitate, even when the angle maybe isn't all the way there. And you go for goal, you can still put the ball potentially in a dangerous position if it takes a ricochet off of Swan's hands when he dives for it, or if you manage to steer it more like a cross from that part of the box. Now Washington could have some trouble as Simpson is trying to break through the defense. Drops it for Patel. But Patel couldn't return it to Simpson because of a good challenge by Johan Resendez. Fairfield have it again, though. Brower intercepting the cross, but played it into touch, looking for Ramirez. Kronlage able to get it away. Ramundo trying to challenge for it and able to win it. Ramundo's got Clow ahead of him.
Oh, come on. Stop taking big touches.
Goes out for a throw. Eleven minutes gone in this first half. Nothing between Washington and Fairfield so far. Xavi Resendez gets the nutmeg and was fouled in the process. Allow Washington to tee one up for a free kick, maybe put it in a dangerous position. Kronlage will take it. Window up there. Clow as well. Neri Salazar in. Kronlage hits it towards goal, and Swan able to back up and track it down. Decent ball forward by Kronlage. Henry Swan, he's only a sophomore, but he's had a good couple of seasons as Fairfield's goalkeeper already, and that one's taken off the feet of Resendez by Strickland, and it's a good ball forward as well, but Tappan is able to get there first. Tappan went quick, and now Schreiber has to shrug his way out of trouble. Demons give it back. Van Pelt rolled into the path of Kirka. First time cross, carries over the net. So Washington, particularly Raimundo, has made a couple of inroads forward after Fairfield had the opening 5 to 7 minute spell in their favor. Demons defending well, but as we've seen in the last few games, you just have to balance that defense with some chance creation, otherwise you tire out your team. And now it's across low by Patel, but straight into the arms of Tappan. A good throw by Tappan to get it toward Raimundo. Raimundo tries to turn and can't quite shake Strickland, but wins the throw. Van Pelt wins it back. Van Pelt cuts inside. Van Pelt past another one, has Patel out wide and gets it to him. Now roll into the path of Lane Stever, trying to go around Santi Ramirez. Still with it, Stever. One back, played more out of the danger area, but Fairfield trying to tack right back into it. Strickland. That one taken by Johan Resendez. Now Xavi Resendez. Resendez an early ball. Clow trying to run under it. Clow, he's gonna get to this, but so too was Chaz Wanutka in defense back there. Fairfield looking like they're deploying a back four. We've got Casey Allen over there on the far side. This near side here, it's Kirka, the two central center backs. There's a teasing ball by Resendez, but Swan right there. So you got Kirka on the left, Casey Allen over on that right side, and then Wanutka and the captain Kness are the two center backs for Fairfield. Of course, you got Swan back there. Takes that back into his 18-yard box and picks it up. That one skips past Salas Gomez. Simpson gonna get to it first. One-on-one with Johan Resendez, and Resendez stands him up. But Simpson, the Trojan sophomore, does win his side a corner. First of the game for either team. It's deflected out of the box. And now could allow Washington to counter. Resendez picks his head up. Clow's ahead of him. Salazar up there as well. Resendez is working his way up the right-hand side. Now returns it for Raimundo. Kronlage. Resendez again. Nice touch by Kronlage to get it back to Xavi. work it toward Clow, but only found the feet of Patel. Van Pelt. Kirka time. Ball played forward, but the shot went wide of the goal for Tappan. Some rain starting to sprinkle here at Washington Wellness Park. Super producer Peter Camp will try and protect the broadcast setup as we hope it doesn't escalate. Good chance for Fairfield there. Ball played forward. Gathered by Stever. Taken back by Schreiber. Who wins Washington a throw. Two outside backs for the Demons playing well. Clow gets a foot to it, but it's taken well, and good footwork there by Fuji Aikar. But Raimundo wins it back and didn't realize how near to him Xavi Resendez was that time. Van Pelt again. Number 10 for Fairfield has been active as to be expected as the team's statistical leader in attack this season. Patel, Salazar wins it back for Washington. Vince have it with a throw. Resendez for Edwin Cortez. Return ball for Xavi Resendez. It's a deflection off Raimundo. Kirka. It's turned out of play. Swan has it. Cloud charging. Swan gets it away with some composure. Fairfield, good possession, building out of the back there. Not letting the solo press by Braden Clow have an impact. If you're Washington, that's where you kind of have to decide. Some of those captains, and especially the midfielders, if you're going to press collectively or kind of drop back, important defensively to maintain a shape. Nothing wrong, of course, with pressing, but needs to be an even sort of 3-on-3 press rather than Clow trying to charge down a player. He's got some speed up there, though, Braden Clow. Has put 6 shots on target, 9 attempts, as he's grown into a starter here up front for the Demons. If you'd like a weather update, the droplets are coming down. We'll just say that. The droplets are coming down. The wind is blowing. My notes are soaked. I have been offered an umbrella by a very kind fan, which I greatly appreciate. It's more for the headset, not for me. I don't mind a little bit of rain. I do hope this isn't affecting too many things around the grounds on the track sphere today. A lot of conference track. Of course, the SEC, the Southeast Iowa Super Conference, both in action today. Washington and Fairfield, both their boys and girls track teams down in Keokuk competing. But nothing like a mid-first half shower, as we're past the halfway point now between the Demons and Trojans. Still scoreless, both teams trying to create some chances. Fairfield, that one's bobbled by Tappan, maybe got lost in the rain a little bit, and now brought down by Seamson, who can try and turn and hammer one. Tappan recovers. So a great save by Tappan. It was a necessary one too. Oliver Seamson did a good job to turn and fire after the initial parry was a little bit mistimed by Tappan. It might have slipped off his gloves in the rain, which appears to hopefully be clearing up. We saw it kind of bearing down on us. We knew we wanted to be outside for this one, but we weathered the storm, and we appreciate the help of some fans with some umbrella service to do that. Luckily, I'm not old school. I type up my notes. I'm not a pencil guy. Mostly because no one can read my handwriting, including myself. Fairfield's on the attack again now. That's taken well by Johan Resendez, who's made some good tackles so far in this first half. Both Johan and Xavi Resendez going to be so big for Washington moving forward. Just sophomores, the two of them, but have big roles and do a ton in those roles. And do a ton well. Stever rolls it into the path of Tappan, and now with kind of the slick surface, the slick soccer ball as well, those shots that come in low, even if they don't look troublesome, can spell some danger for both keepers if they're not handled or scooped up cleanly. And for the attackers of both sides, that's where you want to do the old school, or a rule old as time, follow your shot. As Seamson trying to create an opportunity. Oliver Seamson. Fletcher Brower is there and able to hammer it clear. Didn't need Tappan for that one because Brower, and Seamson's going to get called for a foul for climbing over the back of Xavi Resendez. Brower and Tappan, we saw a few of those in the Mount Pleasant game. Tappan will come out for a save. Brower just instinctively sprints back and gets on the goal line. He's made a couple of goal line clearances so far this season, as Neri Salazar and Giovanni Martinez are in for Washington. Salazar back in off the bench, had a spell earlier. Martinez, unless I missed him amidst all the rain, is making his first entry into this one. 16 minutes to play in half number one. Still scoreless at Washington Wellness Park. And you know how desperately the Demons are going to want a goal after not being able to find the back of the net the last three matches. Ramirez. Ball played forward. Martinez is chasing down Swan. Canes dances away from Resendez and gets it forward to Kirka. Kronlagi's running with him, but Kirka trying to get a cross in maybe. Plays it low, and it's a good one towards Seamson. But again, Johan Resendez in that time, Kevin Salas Gomez as well, combining. One more weather update. A rainbow has emerged on the far side of the pitch. Repeat those if you look east on the stream toward the Washington goal. You can maybe pick it out. Not sure how visible it is in the broadcast. As we got a foul against the Trojans. Kronlagi took the brunt of it, excuse me. Ben Kronlagi, a senior midfielder, 3 goals, 4 assists to his name. Did a lot of that work early in the season. A couple of assists against Hillcrest and Burlington. Had 2 goals and 2 assists in that Washington battering of Highland back in April. And tried to touch that one forward for Martinez. Gets it back. Now got it out wide for Ramirez. Salas Gomez gets it clear. Fairfield gets it back with a throw. That's Washington win over Fairfield. The Trojans have ripped off the last three. The last Washington win came back in the 2024 season. April 29th, 2024 was a 2-1 Demon victory. Since then, it's been all Trojans. They lead this series 23-9 since the year 2011. Dominated it for a while in the early 2010s. Then the Demons ripped off 7 straight wins up until Fairfield's won the last 3. That's a testing free kick. It's off the crossbar and tapped in. It deflected off tap-in. And the flag is up on the far side. So Seamson's going to be offside, and that would have had to have been on the run off the free kick initially. That's what he's appealing to the referee, is it did take that deflection off of tap-in first, so that would have put Seamson onside. But perhaps if they're appealing that he made the run into an offside position before the free kick was taken, drifted into an offside position and then interfered with Tappan making the save, that could be the only thing I'd think of that would deem that goal to be not allowed for the Trojans. Either way, it's a break for Washington, so we are still level with under 13 minutes. I'd have to watch it back. I didn't have my eye on when Seamson made the run. If you impede the goalkeeper, even if you don't touch the ball and it goes in, if you're in the goalkeeper's way and we're in an offside position, you can still get called for it. But after it takes a touch off a defender, it is anyone's game. That's what Seamson was arguing was the case there, that he wasn't offside, or was offside, but it had been after Tappan had touched it. Fairfield's best chance of the game, but we're still level, and now Santi Ramirez is. That shot slashed into the hands of Swan. So we'll see how that affects both teams. As that's a miscue, and Seamson could be in again here. Brower, Seamson lofts it over Tappan's goal. Brower couldn't get a touch to it. Seamson's appealing for a penalty and is frustrated after 2 big scoring chances and no assistance, at least in his eyes, from the ref in the middle of the pitch. Don't have VAR at this level. You know what? Good that we don't. VAR is annoying. That's my take. But you don't listen to the Southeast Iowa Video Network for my takes. You listen for some quality soccer action in the spring, and that's what we got so far.
Let's go, Ben.
An even match. The Trojans, they're going to try and be energized by the chances. Brower gets that out wide to Salas Gomez. It seeps it is charging it down. Playing with good energy, trying to hunt himself a goal. And is in the box and turns a shot into the path of Patel. And perhaps took a bit of an unfriendly bounce as it skipped toward him on the wet grass. Was played in hard and low by Oliver Seamson, and got to decide in a flash if you're Patel, if you're going to go first time, try and take a touch to yourself and then place it. Such a difficult skill when you've got the ball coming into your feet that fast. Not that it was a bad ball by Seamson necessarily. You've got to play it with some zip to get it around these Demons defenders.
Go, Ben, go! Kevin's not hard.
Just another example of why it's difficult to score in this game. Seamson again. Turning again. Now finding Stever, and he mishit that one.
We got a step 2, boys.
It's gonna hit that car.
Seamson picks it up after Resendez tried to pass it back. Seamson trying to roll in the path of Lane Stever. Tappin is there, and the flag is up again. Credit to Braden Tappin. He would have made the save or did make the save, and in the end wasn't needed with the flag coming up, but once again, the Demon goalkeeper in the right position. But Fairfield, pretty much since the rain started, has had the majority of the ball in Washington's half.
Hold your throat. Stop and clock. Not out of.
Sub for the Trojans. Ulysses Asensio Solis into the game, number 9 over there for Fairfield, a junior. Just his 8th appearance of the season. Ball bounces past Clow, and it's just turned out wide by Kness. Both teams kind of trying to figure out the playing surface now with a added slickness to it, and the ball as well. It's going to be tougher to bring down. Tougher to put the right weight on passes. Cortez tried to poke that one toward goal, and it's harmlessly out for a Swan goal kick. 7 minutes to play now. Carries all the way out, but it's a throw for Fairfield. That one taken well by Ramirez. Ramirez can run. And Ramirez can run. Sprinting forward and playing an early ball toward Clow. Didn't get a touch to it. Resendez is there, and a good challenge by Jackson Kirka, and Resendez is going to get called for bumping him down. It's a great run by Ramirez and a great ball in as well. Just past the foot there of the junior Clow. And Kirka, good defending to deny it, rolling all the way through toward Xavi Resendez. Cortez gets ahead to that. Go out for a Fairfield throw.
Go to the ball.
Ball played in. Van Pelt all the way across for the substitute Asensio Solis. It came for Stever as well. It's turned away by the Demons once again. Stever, Cortez gets a foot to it, but Kirka now can try and burst into the box. Salas Gomez takes advantage of the big touch by Jackson Kirka. Fairfield trying to snatch a goal that they've been very, very close to getting a couple of times, and that's going to be a foul on Kronlage. Going to set up what is essentially a closer corner with where he tripped Van Pelt. Seamson going to go early, hooks it toward the far post, and it was just over the head of Asensio Solis. Fairfield trying to put it back, right back into the danger zone. Van Pelt tried to fire a long-range shot. Cortez didn't let him. Ref bringing the clock to a halt. The goal moved a little bit. That certainly would have been controversial if it hadn't hit the back of the net, but crossed the line where that was on that left post over there. Back in now. And offside was the Trojans. I believe that was Stever over there.
Go, Clow. Win that.
Lanutka. To work it outside. Washington trying to get it back. Cortez challenging. It's been a battle right there in the midfield. Celis Gomez gets the challenge in on Kirka. It is a Trojans throw. Just over 3 minutes to play in half number one. Fairfield getting hungrier to try and go into the break with a 1-0 lead. Washington, the way the game's shaked out and the way these last few minutes have shaked out, will be probably fine with taking it into the break all square at 0-0, unless Clow can try and come forward here. It's flicked past him, and when they've tried to play Clow into those one-on-ones, the Trojan defenders, Wanutka and Kness, have both done a good job of just getting the first touch to those through balls. Kness is going to have a chance to play a ball in himself here. Chips it toward Tappan's goal, and he pounces on that one. Like a wide receiver making a diving catch there. Didn't want any trouble with it spilling out of his palms.
You got drop.
Santi Ramirez trying to steer that toward Clow. Again, Fairfield was there first. Now they have it in the midfield. And their early through ball is cut off again by Schreiber, who's done some good work over there for Washington on that left side of defense. Fairfield feels like a pretty even distribution of where their attacks have come from. Had some chances through the middle, which they were trying to create right there. Emmanuel Hernandez is about to check in for Washington. Under a minute and a half to play in half number one. We'll dissect it all after we take stock on our slightly waterlogged setup at halftime. It bounces backward off the head of Schreiber, and Tappan able to get there. Tappan will send it long with a minute to go. Can the Demons or Trojans now find something? Square at 0-0. It's Fairfield, who had a 2-0 lead going into halftime of the first match between these two teams of the season. They won that 3-1. Trojans have had a few chances, but it's looking like it'll be a different story headed toward halftime. That's going to stay in play, and Resendez with some space. Kirka's trying to get back for him. Johan Resendez now. Clow and Salazar, or Raimundo rather, are both in the box. Cross is headed away. That took a touch off a hand, maybe. Play on, we do, and Resendez rolls it into the box, and it's booted out of there by Kness. 10 seconds to go. Schreiber will just turn it forward. Cloud tried to touch it down, and that'll be the last act of this first half. So the Demons and Trojans will go to the break all square. 0-0 between these two teams. Some big time opportunities, particularly for Fairfield. We'll step aside, talk about the first half during the halftime show as we discuss our setup as well. We'll step aside, come back with a halftime show here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections. Like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with See First today and see why together is better.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabler Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabler Construction are here for you.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience. Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your healthcare.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
Kick it with Fairway all soccer season long with all the spring deals and variety you're looking for. Stay in the game with all the fresh deals and snacks to fuel your championship season. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
At See First Credit Union, we're all about making connections. Like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with See First today and see why together is better.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
Your adventure starts here. Caparotto Group Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Caparotto Group. See yourself the Capra experience. Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
Halftime between Washington and Fairfield, and no goals between the two teams so far. So welcome you in to the Fairway Meat and Grocery halftime show. Jack Knowlton in the broadcast setup, which we have done our best to try and salvage our precious equipment. We don't mind getting drenched, but of course the computers, well, they do. But we're happy to report we're still streaming, we're still rolling. Hopefully we'll have some solid weather and cooperative weather the rest of the way. But for now, Washington trying to find the breakthrough against Fairfield. The Trojans very nearly found the breakthrough through one of their star forwards, Oliver Seamson. Got in behind on a free kick. It was a well-taken free kick that Braden Tappan blocked onto the crossbar. Seamson crashed, put it into the back of the net, but the flag went up on the far side. 4 offsides. So Seamson was denied that opportunity. There were some appeals. He had some appeals later on for a potential foul on Fletcher Brower in the box that he wanted called, but nothing doing on that one either. And that's the difference right now between Fairfield having a 1-0 lead and where things stand with it being all level. Washington created a few chances. Narek Ramundo and Xavi Resendez worked it really well between the two of them, going from midfield to the right side of that Demons attack. Washington trying to unleash the speed of Braden Clow. Santi Ramirez has had a few runs forward, but the majority of the chances have gone the Trojans' way or have been created by the Trojans thus far. We'll see how many more they can create as both teams are huddled up, trying to game plan the second half. We'll see what changes. We'll see if Seamson moves around. We'll see if Cormac Van Pelt maybe takes a more forward role. Van Pelt, 9 goals, 7 assists on the season. Seamson was 7-2, and they have looked a threat to score. Noah Patel, another name to watch as well. Patel, 2 goals this year, or 3, excuse me, coming into this game. He wears number 2 for Fairfield. He was dangerous a few times on that right wing of the Trojans, where he'll likely go to start this second half. Fairfield look like they're going to send the ball to the left side of the attack, and Washington will let it roll out of play. Just like that, the sun is out. Washington Wellness Park, everybody, where weather patterns are thrown out the window, where the soccer is always fun. They should put that on the sign. Throw for the Trojans. Take it down by Stever. Broston and Tappan will grab that one. It was intended for Patel. Tappan will send that toward a waiting Braden Klaus. Touchdown nicely that time by Chaz Wanutka. We'll go and return it to Henry Swan, the Trojans goalkeeper. Hasn't been troubled too much yet. Washington wins it back. And taking it right back off the foot of Resendez was Rowan Kness. Trojans have not made very many mistakes building up from the back so far. That pass was one of the first, really, that kind of fed Washington into a dangerous area. But Kness was right there. See him with Wanutka back there in the center of defense. There's maybe another miscue, though, as Resendez loses it to Xavi Resendez. Resendez the cross. Ramirez is able to recycle for Washington. Ramundo. Schreiber now. Schreiber to Kronlagi. Tries to put it near the byline, but just a little bit too much on it. Even the speedy Ramirez not able to get to that one. Good idea there from Ben Kronlagi. Shouts to the Kronlagi family as well for supplying us with the umbrella that kept us protected from the first half elements. Patel. Turn back for Casey Allen. It's forward. Stever was screaming for it here on this right side. Van Pelt tried to go left. Played it over the touchline for a Salas Gomez throw. Cloud took it down nicely, but Cortez couldn't get a second touch. Allen, Stever, Schreiber wins it back. Nice turn as well by Joe Schreiber, and a decent ball forward. Trying to get the right side of Wanutka was Clow. Kronlagi a good move. Kronlagi looking for a switch toward Resendez. Kirka was right there for Fairfield. Kirka trying to run, and Kirka playing forward for Seamson, who takes a touch past Brower. Seamson stops, drops it for Van Pelt. Brower with the block, excuse me. Van Pelt again, in toward the path of Patel. Noah Patel, and it's put in by Seamson. And Oliver Seamson does get his goal. And a great ball in, driven low, driven hard toward the back post. That is exactly how Coach Felisberto Guzman would have wanted to draw that up. Trojans up 1-0. On the Seamson goal, on the assist from Noah Patel. See players try to go for goal from the angle that Patel was at. And that's kind of why you can turn it on target, and if you hit it right, it's more like a cross than a shot. That likely was even Patel's intention. You just drive it across the face of goal. It can be hard for the goalkeeper to react quick enough before it finds the foot of a teammate at the far post, and it did there. Van Pelt has some space, and Patel is running ahead of him, and Schreiber makes a necessary interception. Now he can run. Schreiber trying to go one-on-one with Casey Allen, who shields him off. Swan just gets rid of it. And a good ball forward now for Seamson. Brower, good defending. He's taken down well by Lane Stever. Fairfield trying to smell some blood in the water here. It could drop for Patel. Patel! Patel! A well-taken goal, and it is 2. And after getting an assist, Noah Patel strikes for his 4th of the season. Just like that, it's 2-0 Trojans, and it's 2 goals in quick succession. Noah Patel mentioned that he'd been busy in that first half over on the right-hand side. Now that's turned into 2 goal contributions for him. Resendez intercepts that one, touch too big to collect it before Wanutka could boot it clear. Noah Patel, he scored 3 goals and had an assist last year. Has improved in his junior season and built on that. Another promising part of a relatively young Fairfield team that is playing like it wants to do some special things in this conference. Not only this year, but beyond that. Patel is in behind again. Schreiber, a great sliding challenge. Trying to keep it in play as well, and gets a deflection off Patel. Nice play there by Joe Schreiber. Schreiber intercepts again. Play it for Ramirez. Takes a deflection. It'll stay with Washington. Cortez has it. Cortez hits it. Good effort by Edwin Cortez. Of course, 9 goals a year ago for Washington. Definitely has an eye for it. Playing a little bit deeper in that midfield role. But he certainly can go take one if need be. That was taken down well by Seamson. Patel again. Plays it in for Oliver Seamson, who's in behind. Seamson's into the box. This could be dangerous. Ball played across. Deflected back towards Seamson, who's not able to save it.
Drop.
That was a smartly taken move by Fairfield, but couldn't get the cross back into the box.
You got one. Go time. So much time to go. You're the only.
Schreiber.
Go big.
Good ball, Joe. Bench.
On your back. On your back. Yes, Corbin, go.
One back by the Trojans near
Let's go, win
midfield.
that.
It's Van Pelt. Patel.
Good.
Schreiber there again. Stepped up and made some big tackles in the last few minutes since Fairfield got that second goal. They're on it again here, the Trojans. It's Van Pelt again. Hurled into the path toward Patel. That one too far for him, though.
Run on, Ben.
Santi Ramirez can run maybe here, trying to poke it for Clow. Ramirez couldn't get it past Peness, who made a good challenge. Resendez, Cortez for Johan Resendez. Brownlagi with a little bit of time, trying to clip it out wide for Chavi Resendez, but he couldn't get it past Kness. Van Pelt dancing around Johan Resendez, and now turning on the burners a little bit. It's out for Patel. Tries the early cross, and it ends up turning into the path of Tappan. Mishit cross there.
Just run. You gotta go.
Yes,
Santi Ramirez takes it off the foot of the Fairfield defender. Santi Ramirez into the box. Forced a save from Swan. Danger not totally averted yet. Ramirez is able to collect it again near the byline. Can he turn? Good defending that time by Icar. Number 6 for Fairfield. It's given away to Van Pelt. Van Pelt
Beat him.
couldn't find Stever, who was sandwiched between Brower and Schreiber.
Gotta get some shape.
Tappan goes long. Clow brings it down, gets to the second ball, and Clow just hammers one that'll be too far to beat Swan, who was confident that time, was bouncing up for him, and he brought it down with his feet rather than just opting to catch it. Always like a goalkeeper can be confident in possession as well as making the saves.
Nothing easy.
Demons throw is going to bring Neri Salazar in for Braden Clow. Or excuse me, Emmanuel Hernandez up front now. Hernandez, number 23. Salazar, number 22 for the Demons. Hernandez, his 5th appearance of the season. Does have a pair of goals. He scored both those against Keokuk. Edwin Cortez goes around one, finds the feet of Hernandez, who plays it back well for Edwin Cortez! Just wide. He took it first time, and it was a good effort. Smartly returned ball by Hernandez. Played the give and go. Just to the left of that left post. That one curls and stays in. Ends up being a really nice ball forward for Lane Stever. Suddenly finds himself into the box. Stever plays it across, and good interception by Brower. Denied it from getting towards Seamson, but it is another corner for the Trojans. It's their second. And Stever, the outswinger toward the back post. Johan Resendez got to it first, and Cortez can saw it forward for Xavi Resendez. Hernandez trying to get it toward Xavi. Does play it forward. Now Cortez, that I thought was handled as it was deflected up by Van Pelt, but just goes out for a Washington throw.
Check in.
Oh, that's easy. Go.
Washington showed some good fight since that second goal win in for Fairfield. Can they find the breakthrough to halve the deficit? It's a good ball forward by Kronlagi. Can Ramirez get to it? He can, but he couldn't quite poke it around Casey Allen. It falls to Schreiber, though. Takes a deflection. Did it hit a hand? Washington's appealing. And Walt will get nothing. Everyone had their hands up for the Demons. Got a couple on both sides of kind of near handballs, or what I thought were handballs, but haven't been called. Cortez. Schreiber, that will go too far for Ramirez, who was a little more central. Giovanni Martinez comes in. Xavi Resendez will take a bit of a rest for the Demons. Salas Gomez has some pressure to deal with from Seamson. He deals with it well. Raimundo. Kronlagi couldn't quite get a first touch. Schreiber calmly plays it back for Brower. Cortez gets on it. Cortez for Schreiber. The flick by Kronlagi. Kirka's gonna get there first. Now Neri Salazar will come in. Cortez, who had Washington's best chance of the game thus far on that return ball by Emmanuel Hernandez. Hit it on the volley. See what Salazar can bring off the bench. Martinez working toward the corner flag and will win a corner. Kronlagi will go over there to deliver.
Let's go, bench.
Outswinger with the right foot for Ben Kronlage. Kronlage, it's a decent corner. Schreiber up for it. Just couldn't turn it toward goal.
Hey, nice shot, bud.
Can be done. They don't quite know how to do it, but when it's really windy, yeah, they can pull it off. Was a goalkeeper fault.
Stever will take a break for Fairfield. Simpson goes back up front.
Cover. But you stand in the middle, yeah. The ball that goes over your head is going in.
Kronlage able to win it back. Schreiber. Couldn't pull it back and keep it in play.
Pressure.
Yeah, KC. Yes.
Take your space.
Look behind him.
Too close together.
Give Joe some space.
Joe, get back.
Go, Neri.
Drops for Neri Salazar nearly. Fairfield able to turn and clear.
Go, Gio.
Van Pelt with a little space now. He's got Patel to his right. Couldn't get to him, though. Schreiber denies. And Schreiber going early. Hernandez. The first touch spun back into the path of Kness. Kirka plays it forward. Caleb Huff, who came into the game for Stever, that sent Oliver Simpson back up front. Has it, deflects it off a Demon for a Trojan throw. Halfway through this second half, 2-0 Fairfield. It was Oliver Simpson just under 5 minutes in, and then just over a minute later, Noah Patel doubled the Trojans' advantage. Since then, it's returned to a similar game to what it was in the first 40 minutes. Pretty deadlocked. Washington has prevented some Trojan chances. Ramped up their play after that second one in, but they're going to need to create something. Now with a disadvantage, and there's a strike by Van Pelt that doesn't trouble tapping.
Get some shape, boys.
Hernandez scrapping to win it back. That's what it's going to take, is that scrappy effort, some grit, and some smart play to beat this Trojan back line.
Because then you leave a couple of your attackers get hanging. And when they are there, they have to be covered. And every so often, little mistake, breaks with the ball. Here's the ball, and scoring in soccer.
That breaks into the box for Simpson. He could have a chance. Patel as well. It rolls toward the back post, and Casey Allen wasn't going to get there in time. Tappan tried to trigger Santi Ramirez. Still bouncing and going to stay in play. And it's Wanutko has to deal with Ramirez. Plays really well with some good physicality. And before the throw of a couple of Demon substitutions. It'll be Martinez and Salazar off. Cortez and Xavi Resendez return. Cortez immediately involved. Fairfield able to get it back. And a good ball forward. Casey Allen rolls it into the path of Simpson. Simpson too hard on the cross toward the back post. So Fairfield with that 2-0 lead. That was what they took into halftime against Washington in the first game between these two teams this season. Trojans looking to get their 8th win of the year. It's been Noah Patel, who was one of the top returners for this Fairfield team that has his fingerprints all over this one and headed it right there. Lane Stever was the highest goal-scoring returner for Fairfield. Had 6 a year ago. But they lost 22 of their 35 goals from last season and have just had some guys step up. The Demons have been stuck on 29 goals for the season for the last 3 matches. Held scoreless in defeats to Mount Pleasant, Burlington, and Fort Madison. Have to go back to when they put 8 past Keokuk back on April 23rd. That's the last time they found a goal. Can they find at least one here? They've had some chances. This Washington team's had guys step up and elevate in their roles this year. Brought back, of course, Cortez, who scored 9 a year ago, an All-SEC player, and him and Brower, whose contributions won't be reflected in the stat sheet, given he's that central center back, but we reflect in the stat sheet in terms of goals allowed and defensive actions. He's been invaluable, as has this guy Schreiber, but he nudges that one down in the path of Van Pelt. And there is Brower. And now Kronlage can pick his head up. His long ball is fired into the back of a Trojan. Cortez. Wide for Schreiber. Schreiber trying to play in Ramirez. It's a good ball. Ramirez, a nice touch. And a good tackle. Nice challenge by Chaz Wanudka. It does win the Demons a corner. It's 2 so far for the team in black. Let's take it toward the near post, and Hernandez was crashing, but Swan saw it all the way. Fairfield can see this win out, though. Bounce back, and that'll be avoiding defeat in 3 of their last 4 games, 2 wins and a draw within that. They lost their last one 8-0 to Ottumwa. And they're forward again now. And a good cross. Tappan was there. Decent idea there from Kirka. Tappan kind of saw it coming, was able to cheat out a little bit, intercept the cross. Those chest-high crosses are so difficult to deal with if you're an attacker. Do you try and control it with your thigh or your chest and then hit it with your foot, or do you go one time? They had no options that time with Tappan coming out for it. Celis Gomez shielding it for him there. But Fairfield, if they can see how to win, set up a good clash between them and Fort Madison. Hernandez couldn't get around Kness.
One change that I like that they've made in soccer used to be goalkeeper could pick it up that ball. Now it's pass to your goalkeeper. Can't touch it. Kick it. It made it more difficult. Yeah. That was a good change. They're gonna, for a World Cup, they are changing. The goalkeeper can't hold more than a second ball. So they
Trojans will play the Bloodhounds on May 11th. They then got Centerville and then Oskaloosa, all of those games at home. They're at Fairfield High School as Klaus, Salazar, and Martinez are all back in for Washington. Kronlage and Santi Ramirez will come off, as well as Emmanuel Hernandez, who put in a good shift, created a couple of opportunities for the Demons. Did a good job coming in off the bench. But that goal still eludes Washington's front line.
Good step, Joe.
Schreiber in well. Salazar finds Clow. Didn't manage to turn. He's trying to charge down Swan, who plays a nice pass to Allen. But Martinez winning it. Now Van Pelt on it for Fairfield. Van Pelt trying to get around Schreiber. Van Pelt forward for Seamson. Seamson has Brower to his left. Seamson one-on-one. Brower pokes it, but only as far as Patel. Seamson again. Seamson's going to tee one up, and what a strike it was! That's why he's got 7 goals entering this one. Oliver Seamson. Now he's got 9. 2 today and a third for the Trojans with 11 minutes to go. And if their lead was indecisive before, it certainly isn't now. 3-0 Trojans. Washington gonna need to create quickly. At this point, as we approach 10 minutes left in this one, could be consolation for the Demons. And Pelt, who's been an architect in the midfield for Fairfield. Seamson and Patel playing a 1-2. Brower able to keep it in play.
That was a good defense.
So 2 more for Seamson. Didn't have the results for the specific goal scorers against Keokuk, but if he didn't score in that one, which, given how he's played today, it's very likely he did have one of those 7 goals. But if he didn't, that'll bring his tally up to 9. Otherwise, he's in double figures on the season. Good ball forward by Cortez, but Wanutka is going to get to it first. He's being challenged by Martinez. That one gets over the head of both Raimundo and Salazar. Drops for Kevin Salas Gomez at the halfway line. Xavi Resendez has it taken off his feet. And this Fairfield defense deserves a lot of credit. Both Mount Pleasant and the Trojans have just done their jobs of keeping Washington out. The way the Demons play defense, if you can get a goal back, they do a decent job of protecting, but seen in a couple matches now, if you just can't manage to create enough in attack, eventually that defense, a good team like MP or Fairfield, can find its way through. Oliver Seamson checking out. Ulysses Asensio Solis will go up front for him, and that might be Seamson's night done. Van Pelt. Salazar going to get called for that one as Strickland was trying to get it under his feet. Salazar tripped him up in the process. Kirka takes the quick free kick. Salazar wins it back. Raimundo returns it for Neri. Neri, a good turn. Him and Raimundo, good play there. Cortez just couldn't get his foot to it. Nice move by Van Pelt. He's got two ahead of him. Or Van Pelt can go himself. Tried to roll it to Asensio Solis. And it gets to him on the return ball. Brower, a good challenge. Schreiber one-on-one. Asensio Solis wins that battle. Van Pelt trying to roll it forward. Turning and hitting with Strickland, and it's right to Tappan.
That ball should be trapped. I don't know yet how.
Kronlach going to come back in for Neri Salazar, who had some good interplay in the midfield for the Demons, but Fairfield just trying to see the final 6 minutes of this one out for the Demons. Barring a rapid 3-goal comeback, we'll drop to 4-7-1 on the season, 7 losses in SEC play. That takes a wicked deflection in Washington's favor. It's bouncing at the far post. Martinez did well to get to it. Johan Resendez, Martinez, and just couldn't get a shot off. Now it's going to roll all the way forward for Asensio Solis. Patel. Brower and Schreiber. Raimundo, Van Pelt. Patel takes it around Schreiber, but Asensio Solis couldn't get his foot to it. Van Pelt and Patel trying to work a 1-2. Demons 2 games left. They've got their second game of the year against Keokuk. That'll be here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. May 11th, 5 p.m. as usual. Monday night action for you. Looking forward to bringing you that match. Demons beat the Chiefs earlier this season. It was an 8-0 win for them. They'll try to recreate that result, and then they'll play Clear Creek Amana on the road, and that'll be it for the regular season for Washington. It's a young team that is going to learn a lot from this conference season, no doubt about that. It's a decent league. Fairfield on the up and up. Mount Pleasant, we'll see how they look next year after their big crop of seniors graduate. It's been the Panthers season in the Southeast Conference. And there's some grappling and challenging, and Fairfield will win that free kick through Van Pelt. Trojans, this will be a competitive game as these Demons get older and the Trojans get more good experience as well. Good ball forward. It's touchdown, but Tappan will watch it go out of play. This young Demons team, certainly an outstanding nucleus, especially in defense. Plenty to try and translate internally. Fairfield will feel confident they can go some places this season. Carry some momentum. The Trojans like I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, at 5-2-1 are matching Fort Madison, who's in second place in this conference. Fairfield, potential chance to finish runner-up. 2 minutes to go. Casey Allen will swing this free kick toward a teammate, but hits the foot of Kronlagi. Martinez trying to play it into Clow. Clow couldn't get away from Wanuka.
Good, Edwin.
Minute 19 to go. We'll wrap up proceedings after this one with the Community First Credit Union post-game show. Had the Fairway Meat and Grocery halftime show. Though we'll always give a shout out to our good friends at Fairway Food Stores, proud sponsor of Prep Sports Plus, which you can watch every Thursday on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. That's a good ball forward for Cortez. Could be a late one for Xavi Resendez, and it's saved by Swan. Not giving up are the Demons, and it was an excellent move by Cortez, and Resendez is Swan a little semantics to kill some of the final seconds of this one. We're under a minute. Fairfield with a 3-0 victory, all 3 goals in the second half. As the Demons just trying to get maybe a late consolation. They'll have to wait a little longer for that goal to come. Now a 4-match drought. They're looking to find the back of the net. Van Pelt. Good play, and could it be a final second goal for the Trojans? Schreiber able to get it up and clear, and that will be the final act of this one. Final 5 seconds will come off the clock, and Fairfield will see out a 3-0 victory. We'll send it to a short break, come back, wrap up proceedings here from Washington Wellness Park. Final score, Fairfield 3, Washington 0.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
Kick it with Fairway all soccer season long with all the spring deals and variety you're looking for. Stay in the game with all the fresh deals and snacks to fuel your championship season. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
Attention Hy-Vee shoppers, introducing Hy-Vee Perks, your ticket to exclusive savings and rewards. Access exclusive perks, prices, earn gas discounts, and unlock special deals. All this for free. Join Hy-Vee Perks today and start saving.
Back at Washington Wellness Park, we're wrapping things up. It's the Fairfield Trojans picking up a 3-0 win over the Washington Demons. We welcome you into the Community First Credit Union post-game show. Jack Knowlton with a final send-off from a now beautifully sunny Washington Wellness Park. We had some rain hit us in the first half, and it was a quick 2 goals that hit the Demons, courtesy of the Trojans. Oliver Seamson scored 5 minutes in to half number 2, and then just over a minute later, Noah Patel struck, and that was the dam broken after a resolute Washington defense kept things level at 0-0. Through 40 minutes, the Demons created some chances, but it was Seamson again with just under 11 minutes to play who got goal number 3, and Fairfield was able to see out the win. Demons will look to rebound against Keokuk. They'll play the Chiefs Monday night here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. They beat Keokuk 8-0 the first time they matched up down south in Keokuk. But once again, it was all Fairfield. They did a good job creating some attack. Oliver Seamson was everywhere. He had a chance denied by the offside flag in the first half and played like a guy hungry to get a goal after that one. He scores twice. Noah Patel gets 1, and it's the Trojans with a 3-0 victory. Once again, our next broadcast Monday night here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, the final home game for the Demons of the 2026 season. For now, we'll sign things off for our great producer, Peter Camp, who kept himself dry, was hunkered down. Shout out to the Kronlagis once again for helping him out with an umbrella. For our great producer, Matt Bryant. for our great cameraman Gio as well, who took pictures for the paper. And you can read those at southeastiowaunion.com or in the next edition of the Southeast Iowa Union. My name is Jack Knowlton. We'll sign things off once again Monday night. We'll be back here for Washington, against Keokuk. For now, tonight, the final score once again, Fairfield 3, Washington 0.